There we go. Hello, and welcome, online money makers. This is going to be a good one. I think if you read the description about what we're going to talk about today, you are probably as excited as we are to share this. Because, hey, it's all about making money. And this is one of the easiest ways I think you can make money on the internet is with print-on-demand products. And most people know I do print-on-demand products with books, and you've seen with t-shirts. We had Patty on a couple weeks ago who shared about t-shirts, but there's also mugs. And then as you saw me list there, it's also available to do print-on-demand with things such as balloons and bicycles, or what else did I call it? Or doormats and dog bowls, everything. In fact, Fernando's a pro on this. And he actually told me the other day, there are as many as 20,000 products that are available for print on demand. So talk to us, Fernando. Tell people where you're at, where you're from. And then we've been connected for a long time on the internet and worked on collaborative projects and stuff. But we want to start this from the very beginning. So imagine our folks here are brand new. They don't know what royalty-based print-on-demand is. And then we're not really talking about books today. So if you're part of my book audience, don't worry about it. We're talking about other stuff, everything else but books.
Everything but books.
Everything else but book publishing royalties, because there's so much more. But wait, there's more. So Fernando, introduce yourself, and then just give us the basics of what this is, and then we're going to take a deep dive with it.
Well, Michelle asked me to be very, very basic about everything I talk today. So, okay, my name is Fernando Sustaita. I'm a human from Texas. And what I do is e-commerce, okay? And one of the branches of e-commerce that I do is print on demand. Now, the very basic print on demand, and where I believe that everybody should begin doing, is on royalty-based platforms. Now, royalty-based is pretty simple. Is you go to one marketplace, either Sasso or RedBubble, TeePublic, or Merch by Amazon, wherever you pick. And you don't have to look necessarily for the customers. They have their customers. They bring the customers to you. So what you do is you create a listing in their platform. And once you create an account, you get one of your basic designs. You upload them, create some titles, some keywords, do everything you have to do in there to get it shown, put it on sale. Some platforms, you actually kind of set the prices, like TeePublic. They always sell the shirts for when in the first week for $14.99, and then they go to $19.99, and they're always on sale for $14.99. So you're a customer of TeePublic, you know that you wait 2-3 weeks, you will find every single product at $14.99. So it's very, very cyclical. So, and some others, they allow you to. Now, the ones that allow you to actually have some base pricing, and then you're allowed to do whatever pricing you want on top of that, and they will give you a commission based on that differentiation of price. They will charge like a little percentage, and the remaining amount from the base price and the sale price is yours. So basically, it's one of those risk-free businesses where you design something, or you can actually hire a designer, or companies like Fiverr, Upwork, or all these different ones that are that they are there, or you can find some designer on you go to Facebook and you type the word designer, you will find hundreds of people that will actually jump to try to get your business. You go upload and you wait for sales to happen. That is the most simplistic way to actually you can launch a business online today. Do you know any other one that is easier than print on demand?
I don't know. That is pretty stinking easy. So even something as simple as a coffee mug, or a t-shirt. We've talked about t-shirts, but you would put your brand, your logo, or even just a quote or a saying, so long as it's not trademarked, or an illustration, and you put that on thousands of different products, and then you can create an online store. Whatever the price you've charged, less the production cost, you get to keep the difference.
Creating an online store is actually steps ahead once you start looking into doing your own brand, stuff like that. Here, for example, you go to Merch by Amazon, you use Amazon's customer base. You go to Sasso.com. Sasso has thousands of customers that go every single day to purchase this, and they even have something that is called Sasso Black, which is kind of like Amazon Prime, where you actually pay like a yearly fee, and they give you free shipping and stuff like that, and priority printing. So they have different deals, and they have continuous traffic. They spend a lot of money on Google Ads, they spend a lot of money on Facebook advertisement, so you don't have to do that traffic now. If you bring traffic, there's a whole different opportunity, because most of these royalty-based companies actually have some level of affiliate programs where you can actually get some of your own products to promote with an affiliate link, and then you get double dipping, right? But that is a whole different conversation probably we can have in affiliate marketing, but it's always ways to make money in the internet. Now, print on demand is like, a lot of people always ask me, for Fernando, t-shirts, why t-shirts? Okay, Michelle, how many people live in the world?
How many people are in the world?
7 billion, something like that. I don't know.
Oh, 7 billion people in the world.
How many of those actually live in nudist communities?
Not very many. I don't.
Not very many. So the rest of us actually have to wear clothes, right?
We have to wear a shirt.
Okay, so that is the size of your customer base. Okay, about 7 billion people actually have to wear clothes. So how many of those actually drink coffee or tea?
Oh yeah, the adults.
Probably every single adult, right? Probably about, I don't know, 3 to 4 billion people use a mug at some point of their lifetime, or somebody has been given a mug. So that is your customer base. Now, any other product that you can think of that you can print something on, a cell phone case? How many people use cell phones?
Oh, yeah.
And guess what? You can print on demand cell phone cases with your design on them.
And I got a pop socket the other day.
Pop sockets, of course. I mean, I saw
the first one I ever got.
So print on demand is basically anything that you can find that you can print on. It's a print on demand product. That's why it's 20,000. It's 20,000 plus products. Pretty much any single product available in the market that you can print on it, or laser etch, or any type of heat transfer, anything that you can actually stamp your design on it one way or another, or hydro, or whatever you want to call it. Even 3D printing is print on demand. So, and there are so many products. You have a 3D printer and you want to sell on Etsy, you can actually do that. There's a lot of people with 3D printers right now selling dumb stuff, literally dumb stuff. Like you're playing Monopoly and you want to have the Monopoly guy, but you don't want it to be in red. You want it to be in green. Go on Etsy, you won't find him. You want to get, you want to find those little cars for the Monopoly game. Those little dice and things like that. You can find it 3D printed in the color you want. There's all these different world of opportunities out there, but royalty is the easiest one. And I believe that everybody who is in the print on demand industry should begin that way, because you won't put any money on inventory, no money on advertisement. All you have to do is get some designs. So if you have Photoshop or Illustrator, you don't have those, you can go get something that is called GIMP, G-I-M-P, which is like pretty much Photoshop for free. It's like what is that called? Like free license kind of deal.
Yeah, or like Canva also.
Yeah, you can literally design on anything. I mean, you can literally design in Photoshop, but as long as you can get a design that meets the minimum specification of this website and you upload them, you can have a product running today. Okay. And it's so many different options. Every single time somebody come up with a different niche. Everybody's like, well, yeah, there are some niches that are completely saturated. And there are some niches that, that probably you will make a lot of money because the competition is very high. But if you can come up with an idea that nobody else has come up with and resonates with an audience, you can make a very decent living out of print on demand. But it comes with experience, right? It comes with the right research. It comes with the right amount of patience, and it comes also learning how to write the proper title and how to think. I think the most crucial fact, most crucial step on the print on demand industry for success is that you got to learn how your customers think when they're looking for your product. Okay, so every single time that you design a product, always think, how will my customer find this product on the internet? If you cannot come up with at least 5 ways to search for your product, do not design it. Nobody will ever find it. Okay, it can be the most beautiful thing in the world. I had spent $20, $30 for very expensive designs. That is like this simian with a big cigar, with 2 grenades in each hands. And I'm like, my God, this is an amazing. I have sold 0 because I never found a way to describe the product that it could be found on the internet. Mm-hmm. So, so always think about those steps. What are you doing and how it's going to be found?
What would you say? Maybe run us through an example. So let's say maybe we're talking about the little placemat that goes under the dog dish or something like that, or a bath towel, or what would I be? How would I go through that process of thinking what the customer would be searching for?
Well, I mean, it's like, for example, people are always looking for gifts, and so the keyword gift has to be attached at least in some place, right? So it's like, beautiful gifts for teachers who likes jogging, for example. And your shirt is about, I'm a teacher, but I'm also a jogger. So when a gifts for teachers that like jogging, that should be the first phrase, right? Mm-hmm. There is another is like teachers who exercise, or things like that. Gifts for teachers that exercise. You have to find combinations of words that your shirt can be translated into searchable deals. How will you search for your product? If you can find at least 5 ways, then go ahead and produce. You should have more than 5. Mm-hmm. You go on Etsy, you will need 12, right? But that is a whole different idea. Mm-hmm. But if you go to Sasso, stuff like that, you gotta feed the algorithm with some ways to be found. And I think that is the most difficult things to accomplish. Mm-hmm. When you're doing any type of e-commerce, you have to be found. Even though all these marketplaces give you customers, you are still competing in a platform with thousands, if not millions, of designs every single day, and yours have to be found among all those. Use the simple 3 to 5 words that somebody's going to type in the keywords, and in the keyboard, the search in the search bar, to be finding your product. And that is probably the one that it will take you a little more of practice. And that's what I say: always go royalty first. You are not paying any monthly fee for a service to be used. You are not paying for any inventory whatsoever. All you're investing at this point is time. And time is money, and this money that you're paying for education. Once you learn how to do all those things, now you can start exploring other different venues, that probably are going to cost you money to make money, but it's going to be more money you will be making. But royalty is basic.
Talk to us about some products. So, for example, we've talked about shirts and coffee mugs and stuff, and clothes. Maybe give us a rundown of what kind of clothes are available for print-on-demand clothing.
Clothing, you can find absolutely everything. Okay.
Give us a laundry list for people who are brand new to this. What kind of clothes? Okay. Just to give them an interesting.
You can find shirts with a circle of neck, shirts with a V neck, racerback tank tops, regular tank tops, male tank tops, tube tank tops, crop top tank tops, hoodies, crop top hoodies with sweatshirts, jogging shirts, any type of different t-shirts. The ones that are polyester, the ones that are all cotton. I mean, it's like 30 different types of different shirts that you can use. Toddler shirts, youth shirts. You can use onesies, and then you go into dresses, skirts, scarves. You can go as far as training bras, sports bras. Underwear, sexual underwear. Socks, shoes.
So basically, any type of clothing.
If you wear it and you can print something on it, yoga pants, jogging pants, jackets, backpacks. We can go, and everything you can actually wear. Watches, there are watches print on demand. There are necklaces print on demand. You have earrings print on demand. If you wear it and it is a place where you can print something, it is a print on demand product, and you will find it in at least one of those suppliers. Mm-hmm. Right now, for example, face mask is the #1 seller right now in every single platform, to the point that it is saturated right now. All the print on demand facilities are saturated in production. Like a print on demand mask, regular will take about 2 to 3 days to ship. Right now, it's taking about 3 to 4 weeks to ship because they're that bad, order. Mm-hmm. But people are ordering, and the margins are amazing. $4 to $5 per mask sold, and people are usually buying multiples. So people right now, like Sasso has a lot of print on demand masks right now, for example. And you're making about $3 to $4 in Sasso per mask, and people are buying left and right. It's just one of those products that people are buying left and right. If there is no, if it's not that, people are selling, for example, right now a lot of gaiters. Those mountain teals for the cold, that is like long neck.
Like a bandana?
It's like the bandana. Yeah, you can use them as a bandanas, and you can use them as for to cover yourself for the cold. They're selling like crazy right now because some people don't want the face mask. Like for example, people like me that have a big,
Yeah.
the mask hurt our ears, right? So I cannot really
Yes.
wear a mask; it
Yes.
hurt me. So people prefer to use those scarves. And the scarves are also selling very well.
Wow.
There's some print on demand companies right now that are coming with those little things that have like the plastic in top, and
Oh
they're
yeah,
printing
yeah.
here like cool phrases.
Oh, that's a
So
great idea.
I
What a
mean,
fun niche.
as I said, you can print something on it. It is going to be a print on demand product. You just have to find the right supplier to sell it.
Mm-hmm.
Every
Now, can you talk to us about the difference between, some people have heard of like promotional products, you're a real estate agent and you want to put your logo and your brand on a ballpoint ink pen or a calendar or something like that. So how is print on demand products, royalty-based products different than promotional products such as that?
I think the only difference in those two is the volume that you purchase per order, right? Promotional products is like it's also print on demand in a way, right? You actually contact us, one of those like Printora or something like that, and you say,
Yeah.
"Hey, I need 100 pens with my company logo," and they will give you a code, and you order them. Now, print on demand is one-offs. Every single order is like, "Hey, I need this shirt printed for this person, or I need this pen cheap to this person." Now, there's some products that even though they're print on demand, like that it will go into the promotional products, they're not cost efficient to be sold one-offs.
One at a
So
time. Yeah.
because like every single, for example, when you make a pen, you have to print here. So it's about the setting it up and then just running the machine once and then removing it and then changing all the settings for the next pen that is going to be. So the time to do that, it adds up in the cost and all the setting up because it's about 2-3 minutes that they have to change and all this stuff and then pack one pen. So a pen, that will cost you like 30-40 cents, to buy in, when you buy hundreds or 200 of those, now it will cost you about $4 to $5 you were to do a print on demand. So the cost gets very, very, very expensive. And there's some other products, that they just don't make sense. So print on demand, even though it's available, they are like, okay, you will have to order at least 12.
Yeah.
And like, for example, the koozies that we sell for beer, I have a supplier that tells me I can sell you in packs of 4, but the packs of 4 is like $7 for 4. So I had to sell them for like $14. So it's very expensive for people to actually buy them because of the shipping and all this stuff. So I sell very little. However, if I was to buy by the hundreds from him, they will be like less than 90 cents each. So
Wow.
So in those cases, sometimes I tend to order actually like promotional type of product, right? I order print me, 300 of these ones, and then ship them to my house, and then I have somebody here, ship them in packs of 4, and I can now, and instead of being $6 cost, now it's about $3.50 or something like that. So I can actually make some more money by doing that. So then the difference is the volume that you actually get to purchase. Promotional products is more like I'm going to run a convention and I need a big amount of the same item and I'm going to order in bulk and I'm going to get it a lot cheaper than if I was to get them, one-offs. Now, you can actually get, a lot of us get sometimes orders for conventions that we get 100 at a time and we make a lot of
Me too.
but it's
It happens to me with books
happens
sometimes.
very rarely, and it's mostly because probably some assistant didn't know better, and they instead of going to and ordering through a better channel, they went through Amazon and said, I like this one, I'm gonna order 100 for the convention, or for the classroom or whatever. But
that's happened to me with books, and it's really an anomaly. It really is, but it seems like it happens, once or twice a year. Someone wants 300 of the same thing. And it's exciting, but it's not the norm, most definitely.
And promotion process is a very good business model as well, but that is a whole different conversation.
Yeah. Well, let's stick to this print on demand because that's really neat because now I'm not holding inventory. I'm not shipping. I'm not packing stuff up and making trips to the post office. It's all done online, kind of on autopilot. Once I upload it, I'm kind of doing the whole set it and forget it, rinse and repeat method, right?
Yes. It's one of those that the bad thing about print on demand and royalty base is that you're very dependent on your supplier, on the company that you're working with, right? And like for example, right now with the pandemic, you know, a bunch of these printing demand facilities had to close production because they were in a state that they couldn't open the facility. So
Yeah.
a lot of these ones were like for example, Merch by Amazon was like 45 days closed, and all these people that were dependent on these royalties didn't sell absolutely nothing for 45 days. Now, when you are selling on your own, not getting a royalty, but you're actually selling with your relationships with some suppliers, and one of these close, you can right away go look for another one that is open. And even though it's not the same pricing and probably not the same product, it's a variation, you can still continue to sell during the crisis because you find someone that is going to be able to fulfill. So you can get that. So now this is a normality, which hopefully never happens again. But it happens, right? You're dependent on only one company to do all your service and everything else. Now, another beautiful thing about royalty is that you don't do customer service, which is good and bad. Which is good if you're new and you don't want to deal with the customers, you don't want to deal with returns, you don't want to deal with complaints, you don't want to deal with an angry person telling you that, that even though she is size extra large, she ordered a small and is crying that it doesn't fit, and it was nothing to do with you. It was with the mirror that this person was looking through. You don't have to deal with that. Now, if you have your own store with your own product, you have to deal with those every single day. And that requires expertise to handle also those claims and make an angry customer be a returning customer. So this is another burden you don't have to do when you're starting. You don't have to do with customer service. When I say it's a bad thing, is that it's not your customer. The customers that go to Sasso, RedBubble, TeePublic, or Merch by Amazon, they belong to those platforms. They will never give you the contact information. You will never even know who bought it. Sometimes you don't even know how much they pay, because sometimes you can say, this is the price I want, but sometimes they go on sale and they sell it for a different price. They still pay you for what you were asking, or sometimes they even raise the price and you don't even know.
And Amazon does that too.
I have
Amazon does the same thing.
You ask for, right? So these are the situations that you have to get used to, right? It's not your customer. And eventually your goal is that, okay, now I have mastered the royalty-based platforms. Now I think I should move into different pastures where I can make more money, build a customer base, build a following, and then have, for life customers. But that comes with a little experience. And that should be everybody else's ultimate goal. But having the freedom to say, okay, I'm just going to upload today, especially right now, you have an 8 to 5, and all you have is like 1 or 2 hours a day that you can devote to a small business. This is a royalty base is one of those that you can start putting some time on it and start building it. And as it starts getting bigger and bigger and bigger, then you can start planning to say, you know what, probably I can move into something better. And I understand that everybody that goes into money making online, they are not looking for, to do this as a full-time income. Some of them are you looking for extra cash, either to get out of debt or buy, a specific product, send a kid through college, or some people actually do it. Many people in my group only say, man, whatever money I make out of this is for my summer vacation every single year. So, and some others are looking for a real good, income source, to the point that I have many students that are actually making more than 6 figures because that was their goal, but they are doing it full time. Now they have a staff, they have a whole team working, and it's a whole different, that's a whole different perspective, right? Everybody needs to first, when you go in business, you need to set up your expectations. What is what I want to make out of this, right?
Yeah.
If you don't really know, then then your expectations will never be met, and then you will be like, man, I'm not really making any. But remember, you have to put on you have to get back the money, what you are putting in. So, today I was talking to someone who was I was coaching, and this is not with respect to anybody or anything, right? But this person was working at McDonald's and was making $10 an hour. Okay. And she's like, I am not making a lot of money from printing demand. And I'm like, okay, how many hours are you putting in? And this person was like, about 2 hours a day. And I'm like, okay, so you're doing like how many weekdays a week? Oh, only 5. I'm like, okay, so it's 10 hours. Okay, so I'm like, how much money are you making out of printing demand? I was like, I'm only bringing about $500 out of the printing demand. And I'm like, okay, So your hourly rate is $10 an hour, and you're working, 10 hours a week. So it's like 40. That's 10 hours. That's $100 a week. $100 that you have made. You were working at McDonald's for 4 weeks. That's $400. You're making $500. So you're making $100 more that you were working at McDonald's. And it's not good money. And he's like, well, yeah, because he was supposed to get rich, I don't know, and stuff like that. Well, no, with 2 hours, but still, instead of making $10 an hour, by putting 40 hours a week, 10 hours a week, you're actually making $12.50 per hour worked. And it's like, I could never get him to understand that she was actually making more money by working at McDonald's, because in her mind, her expectations were thousands for him to, so.
But you can scale that up, right? I always tell people the first step to making money is to make a little bit of money. And then now you know how to do it, you could scale it up.
Yeah, but she wasn't willing. I say, okay, then you want to make more money, then work on Saturdays. And no, weekends are for me. It's like, okay. So expectations is everything. You have to set up, okay, how much money do I want to make out of this? And how many hours do I really have to, what I want to put on this, right? You can make full income money out of these. Now, whatever full income is for you, it's a whole different, is your decision to make, right? Because so some people full income is 6 figures, some people full income is 30,000. Wherever you are is where you have to decide. Now, you're gonna leave your 9 to 5 to make the same amount of money with risk. Probably is not a good idea. So you want to make more than you're making, but how many hours are you gonna be willing to spend to make that? So because you want to make full-time income, this means that this is gonna be a full-time income job. The only difference is that you're not going to go work for someone, but you're going to be working from home. Do you have the discipline to do that? So it's a lot of things people have to take in consideration when they're opening a business is, what am I willing to give and what am I willing to sacrifice? And for how long before I reach that goal? If you don't set that up, even if royalties are beautiful and everything, checks starts coming in, businesses takes a little while to gain momentum. And when they gain momentum, a lot of people is like, isn't what I expected. Well, what were you expecting? And that's a question you need to ask before you open any business. What is your expectation out of this? Well, why are you doing this? You need to have a huge, huge why. Is this to pay debt? Okay, then focus on paying the debt. How much debt you need to make, and how long do you want to take for you to pay it? Do you have $100,000 in debt? How many years do you plan to pay that $100,000? In a year, 2, 5? Okay, then divide it in small chunks and said, okay, I need to be making this amount of money. How many hours I'm going to be willing to put to make that, so that my salary stays intact and I only do that with this. But a lot of people fail to sit down and make a plan and how they're going to reach a goal. And everything and online businesses are very delicate. You have to invest the time. They don't grow just because some guru told you that it's easy to make money online. It is easy, but you have to put the effort, right? So
yeah, exactly. Well, even at $500, that would pay off quite a bit of debt. That's thousands of dollars of debt every year to be paid off. Or that's one heck of a vacation too for most people. So would you say, the person you were mentioning, everybody works at a different speed and we all have a different niche. So even if they're spending 2 hours a day to make 500, some people that might not fit them. Could some people work 2 hours a day and make a lot more than that?
Yes. Because it's quality of work, right? I mean, if you go to corporate level, for example, and you say you work 8 hours, technically speaking, you only work about 2 to 3 hours efficiently, and the rest are meetings, coffee breaks, chatting, phone calls, money. But literally speaking, you're only working 2 to 3 hours, and you're achieving all the work done. I mean, at least that was my life, and I was achieving, what I was supposed to do in hours, I was being able to achieve it in 2 to 3 hours. But those 2 to 3 hours, I was focused on doing everything efficiently, so that I didn't have to waste my other 5 hours doing repetitive jobs, right? And I learned very easy, very quick in the process, that when it was something that I didn't want to do, or something that didn't require my level of expertise, or something that something that I couldn't do, to delegate that. entrepreneurs need to learn that as well. You're going to grow, but there are some things that are going to be more expensive and more time consuming for you to learn or do than to actually share a little bit of your profits with somebody else that is probably going to charge you 20-30 bucks to do something that it's going to take you probably 2-3 days to do, and they can do it in like a couple of hours. So, and you can grow a lot of business. So the delegating is also part of of doing things, and continuous education. Everything, even when you're in corporate, even when you work at McDonald's, you have continuous education. People go and give you trainings on how to flip a burger, right? So this is not any different. When you are in print on demand, you keep getting education on how to design for different products, how to appeal to different customers, how to appeal to different marketplaces. Every single marketplace is different, and you have to understand the market.
One thing I find is interesting, Fernando, is I think that it doesn't take any money to start. It doesn't, and people say it always takes money to make money. Well, no, it actually doesn't. It takes no money to start. But what I found for myself anyway, and probably I'm sure you too, it doesn't take any money to make money, but the money that I do make, when I take that money and I invest it back in, then a whole world opens up, because now I was able to do that. Now I was able to take that money, roll it back in, and invest it somewhere, or at least a portion of it. I have a Facebook question here, if I can put that up here. Question. Hello and welcome, everybody. I do see everybody on here. Thank you. How many print-on-demand platforms do you sell on at once, and which are your favorites? Is the question, and that's coming from Lisa in our Facebook group. How many print-on-demand platforms can you sell on at once, and do you have any favorites?
I still have a bunch of designs on royalty base. I honestly don't focus on royalty base anymore. I focus more now on in stores like Etsy or Shopify or actually Amazon.com, because royalty base, as I said, it's a progression when you start. But I was a point that I was about 12 royalty based platforms, and I still have the designs there because I don't remove it, and I still get small checks from them. Honestly, what the beautiful thing about royalty base is that unless somebody deletes them, they can still sell. I have some designs that I uploaded 4 or 5 years ago, and I still get some money out of them here and there. So it's one of the beauties, that people still buy them. When you get into one royalty-based company, you are not signing an exclusivity agreement with them. You can actually have the same design in as many platforms as you want. So you can go on Merch by Amazon, you can go on Sasso, RedBubble, TeePublic, and all the other ones. There are like 20 something that I can probably mention if I take the time to think about the names. None of them have an exclusivity agreement. You can go and upload in as many as you want. It's time consuming. Now, some of these ones, you probably, Spreadshirt is another one. Some of these ones you will probably never sell anything because they are not for your type of design. Like, for example, RedBubble, it makes a lot of people a lot of money, but to some others it makes absolutely nothing. For example, RedBubble, it's very graphic oriented, which is very artistic. People need to actually do drawings and stuff like that, and it's about color splash. It's very targeted to the millennial and to the C and to the C generation. And it's not really targeted to dumb phrases or things like that or memes. It's more like artistic, kind of like that.
Yeah. So, I saw a few stickers on.
I saw a lot of stickers on RedBubble.
Stickers on RedBubble, yeah. So I get a few cents here and there. I'll get an email that said somebody bought your stickers.
Yeah, stickers in RedBubble, you should actually price them at 300% profit, for example, because otherwise you will make dimes. And people should buy them because the secret of stickers is that people don't buy the stickers because they want the sticker. The reason people buy the stickers is because they need an extra $1 or $2 to reach the free shipping.
Oh, so they buy the sticker to add it on to pad up their total. They need that extra couple dollars. That's interesting.
That's why people buy the stickers. They actually get them to get the free shipping, and that's why people sell a lot of stickers.
Yeah. Oh, that's funny. That's funny. Another question came in that says, is talking about Facebook ads. I know that would be more of an advanced topic, but basically I imagine what they're talking about is, hey, I put my product on TLaunch or TeePublic or whatever, put my design up there, and then I run Facebook ads to it to drive traffic there.
For royalty base, I honestly speaking, I would never spend money on Facebook ads. It will be throwing money away. First of all, because it's not your store. Okay, it belongs to those companies. So you don't have a pixel. And when you don't have a pixel, you don't have a way to track conversions. And when you cannot track conversions, you don't even know how your ad actually is doing. All you know is like, you don't even know when somebody actually buys because there is no pixel that tells them somebody read checkout. There's no way to get it. All
so
you
driving
do
to your own website.
It's always is driving traffic to some platform that you don't own, and probably these people are going to end up buying somebody else's product, and you're just going to end up that. Now, some platforms like Merch by Amazon have, at their internal ads,
sponsored ads, yeah.
Sponsored ads that you can actually run. I honestly think they're as ineffective as anything else. People like them. Of course, sales increase, but you never know how good they're doing. Some people are saying, okay, as long as I make a profit, I'm making profit, which is good, right? You're making profit of something that you will have never sold. It is good profit, right? But if you're looking into scaling, it's very difficult to scale when you don't have the full data. Mm-hmm. So that's what I say. Royalty based, you shouldn't, because it's not really your product. Mm-hmm. You only own the design.
Mm-hmm. So it would be better if you later on, as you advance through the process and you see that you're getting sales, to create your own website store. And then that would be the place you drove traffic to. That way you're not paying for advertising to promote everything else on the website of this.
That doesn't prohibit you from creating a Pinterest board with all your shirts with links to the stores and stuff like that. You can still drive traffic to them, but I wouldn't do it through Facebook ads. Is what I'm saying.
Well, and the follow-up is, so do you just throw up your designs and hope to get sales? How do you get sales then?
I'm sorry, I was reading something else.
Okay.
Well, so royalty basis.
So you just throw it out there and hope to get sales. How do you get the sales?
With the right keywords, okay? I mean, it's pretty much...
And good design.
And good design. A good combination of designs, keywords, and everything. I mean, as I said, RedBubble, for example, doesn't have an ad system. All you can do is create a Facebook page, for example, where you create, a niche page where, like, for example, your niche is dogs and you want to make all your designs on dogs. So you just make a funny page for dogs, and then you content, and then an ad for an image for one of your products with a link or where to buy it. Content, and then another one. You can make a Facebook group, for example, on dog lovers, and then you here and there throw, hey, support your group, buy this shirt. You can do many different ways to drive traffic. Remember, this is an entry-level situation. And of course, Pinterest boards are very good on generating traffic. A lot of people don't realize this, but Pinterest, outside of the recipes, outside of the memes, outside of everything, when somebody goes to Pinterest looking for clothing or a product, they actually go to Pinterest to look for something they're interested in buying. They don't go there to buy it. They go there to do research on what is cute, what is there, what is, and when this product has actually a link, some people actually click on the link and actually go and make the purchase because they go there for research for what to buy. Okay, so it's very, very, very attractive.
And it's a free platform.
And you can run ads as well, but honestly, again, royalty-based. Now, remember, royalty-based, you make about $4 to $5 per sale. It's not a lot of profit margins.
Like books.
Ads. Your ads will eat a lot of the ad spend. So that's why you have to have quality design and quality keywords. As you understand the market, you can, let's put it this way. If you can sell organically, without running a lot of money on ads, and you can make some good cash, you're definitely ready to scale your business now going into ads and going into the platforms where you can now run ads, because now you understand what people want and how people find it.
Yeah, otherwise,
that's awesome. You just playing a game of roulette.
Yeah. Patty's on, and she says, I sell on RedBubble and makes sense. So do I. Just a few cents from sticker sales. What actually does sell on RedBubble? Do people make money if they're not artists on RedBubble? So what kind of things, I guess I could keep that. What kind of things do sell on RedBubble?
Well, I mean, to be honest, stickers sell a lot for me. Right now, there are masks. to be honest, right now you should be on mask on Redbubble. They have masks right now, and people are buying them left and right, especially millennials and Generation Z's. They're buying a lot of masks because they are afraid of the current situation. It's probably the Senials and the Generation X are probably the one generation that is probably buying the less masks, but either the very old people or that segment of the generations, they're buying and they go into Redbubble. So right now, Redbubble, you should be doing mask. It's probably my number one piece of advice.
Interesting. Wow.
But also in Redbubble, the stickers, as I said, put it on 300%. You will sell the same number of stickers, guaranteed. Because to be honest, when a sticker sells for 49 cents and now you're selling it for 149, they won't care if they want it. And as I said, the stickers, people buy them to get to the free shipping number. And it's honestly what the only reason people buy them. It's not really that what I think I have only once sold a sticker in multiples in Redbubble.
Okay.
Shirts, I sell shirts on Redbubble here and there, but it's when I have a design that resonated. But other than that, all those designs that are like, use the man, the myth, the legend type of deals that is like you can find everywhere else, they have no place on Redbubble. People will not buy it. Same thing for TeePublic. TeePublic and Redbubble are owned by the same company, and they're pretty much the same. And TeePublic is where more artistic people go, for example, and they are expecting to sell hundreds of one shirt when it goes on sale at the $14.99. So they're considering to make about $2, I think is what you make when it's at $14.99, but they're expecting to sell hundreds. So it's a numbers game for them to design, and they're like, okay, I can charge $40, $50 for my design if I was to sell my design to someone to create it, or I can make $200 selling it for $2 per shirt. So I'm just gonna make $200. But this is not one that you're gonna go with all these cheap phrases. That is not the right marketplace. Sasso is more like that. Sasso is more like it appeals to all the people, every single range, but I think appeals more to moms and the mom market. It's more to the 30s to the 60-year-old marketplace than the other ones. And you have to, every single time when you enter into a marketplace, you got to go and look at the front stores and what they're promoting. Like they always have the artist of the week and artist of the month or some sort of stuff that they're promoting some store. Look at what they're promoting, and if that resonates with what you are actually creating, you will know if that marketplace is for you or not. Okay, there's another marketplace that I think is Cowgirl or something like that. I don't remember what it's called. It's nothing but feminist print-on-demand shirts.
Mm-hmm.
So, of course, I went there and I tried to make something. I'm like, yeah, I didn't understand anything. So I said, no, I didn't even try it. But there's few girls that I know that are extreme feminists that they do extremely well on that platform because it resonates with them. One thing I always tell people is when you are creating a design, when you focus in a niche that you understand, a niche that you're passionate about. Otherwise, your designs will never look good. Okay. One thing when I used to have designers, I used to ask them, hey, the first thing I will ask, because I was doing the Second Amendment, right to bear arms, and I will ask right away, what is your, stand on arms? And if they tell me, no, I'm against it and I don't know what, I say, okay, you're not the designer for me for that product, because they will never understand my market. So it's like, no. Now, like if I was, for example, going for the elections and I will ask one of my designers, okay, who will you vote for? Trump or Hillary Clinton at the time? If they told me they will go for Hillary Clinton, I said, okay, you're designing for Hillary. They told me they will go for Trump, so okay, you're designing for Trump. I would never ask somebody who was for Hillary to design for Trump, because he will always have the level sense of hatred towards that specific person and bias that it will reflect on the message and in the way that he is designing. It will never resonate with my customers than when you ask someone that understands the message and you tell them, okay, now you create the design, and if he will understand what needs to be done to get the sale done. So always design, and I'm not a designer. Everything I do, I outsource. I'm a marketer. It's what I am. I know how to market my product. Now, some people design and some people market, and some people, and me, I outsource. So, but I always outsource what I understand. If there's a niche that I use do not get, I will use never ask a designer to make it, because even if they give me crap, I would think it's beautiful because I don't know nothing about it. And I remember a mistake that I made at the very beginning. I asked someone to design me a t-shirt with a horse, and I know nothing about horses. Actually, I have only probably ridden a horse probably once in my lifetime. Uh, I'm a very city guy, so when I create the listing, I for some reason I typed the name of I googled the name of a couple of horses. I mean the race of a couple of horses or whatever they're called. And I let's say that I put I don't remember what it was, but let's say I put Mustang, and things like that, right? And somebody messaged me like super upset and telling me that is not a Mustang, that is a Pinto, right? And I'm just saying like because the Mustangs don't have that curvature in the back, and they gave me a whole lecture,
Wow.
on how messed up I was by my horse naming. And I'm like, don't all horses look the same? I was just looking for
No,
keywords.
they don't.
They
I
don't.
have
I
horses.
learned
No,
that way, right? So
they don't.
if I ever design for horses, never, ever, ever, never again. I don't design for dogs because I don't have a dog. I have a turtle and fish, and people don't buy aquarium. So I don't design for dogs. All the dogs, are
Yeah.
dogs. All the cats are cats. So unless it's a Siamese cat or a Persian cat, all the other cats are the same. So
Yeah.
you have to understand what you're doing. Otherwise, your customers are gonna be like, "No, this is not it."
That's a good starting place for sure. On Facebook, a comment is using Fiverr for designers.
I used Fiverr a long time ago. I haven't for a good while. I honestly have all my designers now that I have either hired by, by people telling me, "Hey, this guy's good," or by me looking into different platforms and hiring them. And
I've used Upwork before.
yes. Right now I have a designer I have one designer that is in Pakistan. He is very good in fun based junk. Okay, he's just fun based. He's very good with it. I like what he does, and it's one of those that I just create. And for him, it's like, okay, it's like create me 40 of these ones. It's like I love my Brazilian dad, I love my German dad, I love my my Jamaican dad. So he just changes one word and changes the colors for every single one, and he's very good for that, and I like him because he's super cheap. I have another lady that is in Bulgaria, and she does a lot of handwritten kind of designs, calligraphy kind of deals. She's very good at it, so I like to give her some of that work for her. And then I have some guy who is right now, if he was from Venezuela, but he's right now in Colombia, that does all my hand-drawn characters.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So I have different designs for different styles, and I don't have them on contract. I have them only in per assignment basis.
Yeah.
We have different packages that they design 1 or 2 designs is how much, they design 10 or more is this much. And I prefer to have them that way. There was a time that I had a designer full-time, but honestly I was getting too many designs that it made no sense for me to continue having them. And I don't like selling designs, so I said, yeah, it's not what I need.
Yeah, awesome. Well, we're coming up to the top of the hour. This is so awesome. Couple of quick questions in here. Pardon? I know we could go for a while. Sharon on YouTube says these are really great points about researching and applying your knowledge. Absolutely, because that could be the difference between making money and not making money is the research, right? And then Facebook, how would a new person find a designer? Well, I don't know if there's a quick answer to that.
If you belong to, the easiest way, of course, you can go to Fiverr and find one, right?
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to be flat out honest. Those ones in Fiverr that charge you $5 or less than $5 for a designer, most likely are going to be copycatters. They're going to be copying from other people.
Yeah.
Or very crappy low level design. So sadly, a lot of people have found that can make more money making designs than actually selling, in royalty. So there's a lot of,
Mm.
fake people doing that now.
Mhm.
Uh, the best way that I have found is join print on demand groups
Oh,
and
good.
just ask, hey, is there a designer, a good designer? We'll charge you probably about $5 per design, probably
Yeah,
$7 per design.
that's about what I paid. Yeah.
And what you asked is for their portfolio. Okay, ask for their portfolio, and they should be able to show you one if they don't have one. And once you look at the portfolio, sometimes what I do a reverse search on those images on Google and see where it's selling and see if it is selling, how many of those are actually sold. I know in some places you will never be able to find out, but in Amazon, sometimes you can find the designs on Amazon and you can find, the rank that they have, so you will get an idea if this design is actually selling. So that will give you a good idea if this designer is good or not. But also, your eye will tell you, okay, this is something that will be comfortable selling or not.
And
Very good.
Patty says she uses T-Lance for one of them as an option. But so there's lots of companies out there that will do some sort of design work for you.
I had no idea T-Lens had designers.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, there's a whole bunch of companies out there that will do it. But yeah, search for one. This is such great information. We've had a lot of people pop on and off this one from our YouTube channel and from our Facebook group to learn about the business of royalty-based print on demand and how you can make money by putting designs on products and put the price out there and less the production cost. You get to keep the difference is basically what that is without keeping inventory or having to ship yourself.
It's
So,
the easy.
yeah, it's super easy. So as we wrap up, Fernando, tell us, give us some inspiration here. Anybody could do this. Is there a high level of possibility here for big income, or what is the opportunity with print on demand royalty?
Well, print on demand, I mean, at the end of the day, is how many hours you want to put on this, right? Now, can you make a six-figure living out of print on demand? Yes. It will be a full-time job, but it can be achievable. Can you make more than that? Hell yes. There's print on demand stores that are making $10 million a year. It's a huge industry. Honestly, it's here to stay. A lot of people think this is saturated. I just show you two big reasons at the beginning of this conversation why it is not. As long as people needs clothes, they will buy something. As long as people drink coffee, they will buy mugs. Okay. So now the second one is there is always a gift to be given. And print on demand is the hallmark cards of the 2020s. Okay. So when we were kids, we would go to, or younger, well, us where we're younger, we would go and buy, for example, mom, we would have $20 budget and we had to buy a card because it was mandatory to buy a card, right? So we go, the Hallmark cards were like $5. They were expensive, piece of nothing, expensive piece of paper. We will find that. And then with the remaining money, we need to have about $2 for the bag. So we knew we have about $13 left for the gift, and then we will find whatever piece of junk we could find for $13 to tell mom I love you, right? So with print on demand now, you can have the $20 in one product.
Yeah.
And something's a very good quality product. So a lot of people are saying, okay, the shirt has the message that the Hallmark card will have, the mug has the message that the Hallmark card will have, and it's something that my mom can actually wear. It's not going to be one of those teddy bears that is just end up getting dust in the corner of the room, or some pant that she's going to use, mat that she's like, well, I'm going to make X. So always think that there is somebody who needs to give something. So always, always, always design. Now, one tip that I'm going to give you is that I just mentioned that there are always gifts. So one tip that a lot of people do and people forget is that most of these products are going to be bought as gifts. Okay, so do not design for the gift recipient. Design for the gifter. A lot of people always go and say, Fernando, I had a very bad Father's Day. I didn't sell a lot of shirts. I said, okay, let me look at your shirts. And then I look at the shirts and they're very masculine, very, strong and stuff like that. And I'm like, okay, I know why you didn't sell. And it's like, why? Because the daughter didn't like it. Because the boys don't buy print-on-demand shirts for the dad. The boys know what the dad wants. That boys probably bought him a knife or bought him something for his tools. But the girl wanted the girl something girly, something with the message, Daddy, I love you, cheesy and stuff like that. Or the wife as well. Said the daughter and the wife didn't like him. That is the point, right? You look around and all the father gift shirts that fathers wear after Father's Day are girly. Okay? They are not very masculine. It's because they were not bought by the dad. They were bought by the gift giver. And that is what a lot of people fail to understand. Same thing for graduation gifts. People design for the graduation person. I am yet to know one person that buys I am generation 2020 shirt.
Someone else bought it for them.
Somebody bought it for them. So it has to appeal to the person that is buying them, which is usually probably going to be about 20 years older. Yeah. Right? Or a girlfriend or something. So always think about those things when you're designing. It's like, who's going to buy it and for whom? Now, there are some cases that people are going to buy it for themselves. There are some niches specifically that they're going to buy it for themselves, right? But always think about those things. Who is going to buy it for whom? And do that. Now, a lot of other things that you need to think about, and that's the last tip I'm going to give you is
you've given us so many.
That not because a lot of people like something means that people are going to buy it. Okay? And let me give you a very grotesque example, for example, right here. And it's probably the easiest way to comprehend. The internet tells you that the number one type of website that people visit is the pornography websites. Mm-hmm. Yet nobody will ever buy a shirt saying I love porn. Right? Because nobody wants to say that. Mm-hmm. Right? You can probably sell as a gag product, but that's about it. So not because somebody, does that, it means that people want to buy. Now, you see a lot of shirts, for example, I am a doctor, I am a lawyer, I'm an accountant, and all the prouds, but you will never find a shirt saying I love being a gynecologist. Right? There are some deals that you don't say, right? It's like, okay, what do you know about that, right? So I love cleaning the gutters. Like, no. So don't waste time in some deals that even though people do, and a lot of people do, or a lot of people like or approve, doesn't mean they're going to buy.
Oh, that's excellent tips. Oh my goodness. You've jam-packed full of tips in here. This is amazing. And generally, yeah, oh shucks, right? Well, and what we do most of the time we try to do here is just provide pure education for folks. We're not here to pitch anything. But of course, Fernando does have a wonderful Facebook group community. So I invite you to go and join. What's the name of the Facebook group community right now?
It's Mastering Print on Demand.
Mastering Print on Demand, simple name, and I'll be sure to put that link in here too. So a great community of like-minded people. If it's something that you want to get into, and then he'll be posting his courses that he has coming up on that, and he also has some courses as well. I'm so sorry. I didn't put it on. Yeah. Well, that means we're at the top of the hour, right?
It is.
Anyway, thank you so much, Fernando. This has been eye-opening. This is great for beginners, and then you even provided more in-depth information. Let's see. Sharon says, I'm going to have to watch this one again. I love it. Thank you, nice. Sharon. That's great. Yeah, it's good. Take some good notes on this one for sure, because this is just a ton of information on how to make money online. The easy way, which is the best way to do it. I agree. So if you're watching today on YouTube, like Sharon just was, if you're watching on YouTube, please like this video, put a comment in here, thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and click the little bell icon so you get notified when new videos are up. If you are watching on Facebook and you know somebody that this might be perfect for, tag them in the comment section. Give us a like here as well, and share this video with those who might be interested in it as also. So thanks again for watching today. Thank you, Fernando. Appreciate you being here with me, and thank you all for watching. So go out there, make some money, and then go do some good in the world with it, right?
Have a good day.
Thank you.